Sometimes I don't feel like talking, not because I'm unhappy. Not because something is wrong, I'm just tired. During the day, I talk to many people. I deal with many situations, many responsibilities, and countless conversations. I smile, respond, and keep moving forward. But when evening comes, all I want is silence. I don't want to talk. I don't want to explain myself, I simply want to be alone. Sometimes I don't even want to look at my phone. It's not because nobody is looking for me. It's because I don't have the energy to reply. I don't know what to say. And honestly, I don't want to pretend that everything is fine. I just want to be myself. There is something peaceful about that feeling, something honest. One evening, I sat quietly by the window. Outside, the streets were calm, the lights were few. A gentle breeze moved through the night. I wasn't doing anything. I was simply looking outside. For a moment, there was no pressure, no expectations, no worries to solve. I was simply existing. And somehow, that felt enough. That's when I realized something important. For so many years, I believed that being strong meant always moving forward, always being productive, always staying connected, always having an answer, always being available. But the truth is, even the strongest people get tired. Even the happiest people need a break. Even the people who seem fine on the outside sometimes carry invisible burdens inside. We live in a world that is always asking for more work, more attention, more energy, more of our time. Sometimes it feels like the world never stops talking. And little by little, we forget how to listen to ourselves. We become so busy meeting everyone's expectations that we stop noticing what our own hearts need. Sometimes what we need isn't advice. Sometimes what we need isn't motivation. Sometimes what we need isn't another goal to chase. Sometimes what we need is simply rest, real rest, not just sleeping, not just taking a day off, but allowing our minds to be quiet, allowing ourselves to pause without feeling guilty, allowing ourselves to exist without constantly proving our worth. For a long time, I felt guilty whenever I wanted to be alone. I worried people would think I was distant. I worried they would think I was ignoring them. But eventually, I understood something. Wanting solitude doesn't mean you don't love people. Wanting silence doesn't mean you're unhappy. It simply means you're human. Just like our bodies need sleep, our minds need space. Just like our hearts need connection, they also need moments of peace. There is a difference between loneliness and solitude. Loneliness feels empty. Solitude feels full. Loneliness hurts because something is missing. Solitude heals because it allows us to reconnect with ourselves. The older I get, the more I appreciate those quiet moments. A slow walk with no destination. A favorite song playing softly in the background. The sound of rain against a window. A cup of coffee before the world wakes up. Watching the sky change colors at sunset. Simple moments, ordinary moments. Yet somehow they remind me of what really matters. They remind me that life isn't only about achievement, it's also about presence. It's about noticing the little things we often rush past. It's about finding peace in places that don't ask anything from us. Slowly, I began to accept this side of myself. Sometimes I'm cheerful, sometimes I'm quiet. Sometimes I want to talk for hours. Sometimes I just want to sit in silence, and that's okay. None of it is wrong, because this is who I am. Little by little, I stopped forcing myself. I stopped feeling obligated to answer every message immediately. I stopped apologizing for needing time alone. I stopped trying to make everyone understand me. Not everyone will, and that's okay too. The people who truly care about you will understand that sometimes you need space. Not because you're leaving them behind, but because you're taking care of yourself. I've learned that protecting your peace is not selfish, it's necessary. You cannot pour from an empty cup. You cannot keep giving energy you no longer have. You cannot keep carrying everything forever. without eventually becoming exhausted. Taking care of yourself is not weakness, it's wisdom. And perhaps one of the greatest acts of self-respect is recognizing when you need to slow down, to step back, to breathe, to be still. So if you ever find yourself wanting to disappear from the noise for a little while, don't be afraid. Turn off your phone for an hour, go for a walk, sit by a window. Watch the clouds move across the sky. Listen to your favorite music. Give yourself permission to do nothing. You don't always have to be productive. You don't always have to be available. You don't always have to explain yourself. Sometimes your soul is simply asking for rest, and that's perfectly okay. The world will keep spinning. The messages can wait. The responsibilities will still be there tomorrow. But this moment belongs to you. Take it, protect it, appreciate it. Because one day you'll realize that some of the most meaningful moments in life were not the loud ones, they were the quiet ones. The moments when you sat alone with your thoughts. The moments when you learned how to be your own friend. The moments when you stopped running and finally allowed yourself to breathe. So if you ever feel this way too, don't think there's something wrong with you. You're not becoming distant. You're not becoming cold. You're not changing into someone else. You're simply tired. And sometimes the most loving thing you can do for yourself is to step away for a while, sit quietly, rest your mind. Spend a little time with yourself. The world can wait. And when you're ready, you'll return stronger, calmer, wiser, and more connected to yourself than ever before. Because sometimes healing doesn't happen in conversation. Sometimes healing happens in silence.